In this video, I'm going to be discussing a new microphone solution that I'm going to be implementing for my future videos. Currently, I'm using a Tascam IM2 with a iPhone 5S adapter, and it is a high-quality microphone that's directional, so you can adjust the direction of the microphone to face the rear of the camera or to face the front. So it gives you some flexibility in your doing your audio commentaries. But even with the gain turned all the way up on the microphone, there's still issues with being able to hear my commentary on certain types of devices. And even on my desktop computer that I edit my videos on, I do have to turn the audio up quite a bit to listen to my own commentary at a comfortable level. Some users, if they're using iPads or smartphones, there's just not enough gain on those devices for them to hear these commentaries. So I did some investigation into some other microphone solutions, and I decided on getting a newscaster style microphone, which I believe it's called a lavalier microphone. Basically, it's a small microphone that clips on your collar, and the cable is hidden underneath the clothes. And these lavalier microphones can either be wired or wireless. And in my particular case here, this Audio-Technica that I'm going to be talking about is a wired microphone. And that's mainly because I didn't want to spend a lot of money on a microphone without knowing how well it's going to work, especially with using it with iPhone 5S. This microphone has a retail of about $30 on the market, and I believe I picked it up for around $20. Obviously, it's new in the package. So what I'm going to do in this video is, right now I'm doing my commentary on the Tascam with the microphones directed towards the rear of the camera where I'm sitting and talking. So I'm going to discuss the Audio-Technica and take it out of the packaging, and we'll take a look at it. And then I'm going to actually switch over and use the Audio-Technica, and then you should be able to tell if there is a substantial difference in the audio quality as well as the volume. So this particular Audio-Technica carries a model number of ATR3350OIS. And this particular one includes the smartphone adapter, which I'll show that in a minute, but that's this item right here, which plugs into the 3.5 millimeter mini plug jack. And it also gives you the ability of plugging in headphones. So if I wanted to, I could wear headphones and listen to my audio as I record it. At least that's my understanding of how this works. This particular item I purchased new, obviously, off of eBay. These can be had off of Amazon and eBay. You can find these also used. I didn't want to buy a used one that may be missing components. Specifically, there's a wind cover for the microphone and a battery and the collar clip and so on, and those are items that I definitely wanted for doing my commentary. So let me go ahead. This obviously is a retail POP package here for hanging on a shelf. There are some specs on the back, which I'll read off. Let's see, the microphone element is a condenser, The polar pattern is omnidirectional. Frequency response is 50 to 18,000 hertz. Sensitivity is minus 54 dB. Impedance is 1,000 ohms. Weight is 6 grams. The wired cable is listed at 6 meters or 20 feet. Has a limited lifetime warranty, and of course includes the smartphone adapter, the tie clip, the Windsock, the battery, and I'm not sure what else because I haven't opened it yet. So I'm going to go ahead and open this and take the parts out, and we'll take a look at them. Alright, here's the contents of the package laid out. On the left is a user guide. It's actually user guide and another piece of paper talks about the warranty in multiple different languages. So this is the Windsock that goes over the microphone, and the Windsock is to prevent wind noise if you're recording outside and the wind's blowing. I'm sure you've seen other YouTube videos where somebody's doing a video outside and they're getting the noise from the wind blowing over the microphone. So the sock is to prevent that. Now this is an amplified microphone, so it ships with a small button cell type battery that goes in this casing right here, and this casing has an on-off switch. So even when you're using this particular type of microphone with a a DSLR camera or a phone, you've got to turn it on. So you need a battery in it, and it needs to be turned on. This is the tie clip, or the collar clip. Now, one thing that's nice about this that I noticed right off the bat is this entire clip is metal, and this small part right here that the microphone clips into is plastic, but this assembly is metal. Now, I've used similar types of clips in the past that are plastic, and they have a tendency to break. So this is nice that this is metal. Should also note that the actual casing over here that the battery goes in, there is a clip on it which allows you to clip this on your belt, for example, and it is all metal as well. And what I'm also seeing is on the wires, there's strain relief on these wires. So a constant back and forth movement of these shouldn't fray the wires or break the contacts with the strain relief. So that's a nice feature as well. The adapter right here doesn't really have the same type of strain relief on it, which probably isn't necessary because this would be mounted near your camera. But it does allow you to plug in a set of headphones for monitoring. You'll also notice that the ends are different. One's designed for to be plugged into a DSLR camera or a phone. So we've got stereo and we've got mono. So I'm not sure if you can plug this one directly into a phone and bypass this adapter or not. It doesn't say anything like that in the instruction manual. I'll obviously do some testing to see. And there's the actual microphone right there. And if we were to put the Windsock on it, I believe it just stretches over the top. And like so. And if we were to take the microphone, and I believe it either slides on or it clips on, like so. So that's a good little setup right there. I'm going to do some tests in the next part of the video where I actually use this for audio commentary. I'm going to do some tests with the Windsock on and off. I'm indoors, so there is no wind, but I'm going to do this anyway just to see if there's any type of audio volume reduction with the Windsock on in an indoor setting. So far what I see here for the money looks very good. This looks like a high quality item. I'm seeing lots of metal construction. I'm seeing cord strain relief, which is good. Nice metal clips, which is for $30. I'm actually surprised that you know, we're actually getting metal construction here. So the button cell battery that comes with it is a L154F, if I'm reading it correctly, and it goes in this module right here. You can see the on-off switch, and to install it, just unscrew this metal cap, and the battery is inserted right here, and the polarity is shown right here in a little diagram. Plus is on the top and the minus is on the bottom, and it would be inserted like so. And then we'd screw the top back down. And there's no LED or anything to indicate that this is in the on position. So if you're using this and you're done using it, you'd have to remember to turn it off, because there's not going to be any visual indicator on whether or not it's on or not. So I'm going to go ahead and hook this up to the camera here, and we'll use it for the next part of the video. Okay, I've got the Audio-Technica microphone in use, and I'm using it with the cell phone adapter for stereo recording from a mono microphone. At least that's my understanding of its purpose. I also have the Windsock on, and I have it clipped to my shirt like you'd normally see somebody in a news broadcast where they would wear it. Now, with this being a wired microphone, you would have to deal with all of the wiring that goes from the microphone to your recording device. So that's going to limit your mobility if you're walking around. If you're stationary, not so much of a problem, but in my particular instance, I do move around a bit, so I'll have to make sure I have enough slack in the microphone cabling so it doesn't get tangled up on anything or knock over the tripod or whatever. So what I have in the video right now is the Tascam IM2, and you can see I've got an iPhone 5S adapter or an iPhone 5 adapter. The Tascam was actually designed for I believe either the iPhone 3 or the iPhone 4. I don't know, but it has the you know, the old style connector on it, which is not compatible with the iPhone 5 and the 5S. So you use a adapter which plugs right in and allows you to use the microphone with the iPhone 5 or the 5S. So that works out pretty good, but it's very possible that this adapter here is causing a loss of gain on the microphone, even with the settings on the Tascam turned all the way up. And on the side there, right there, there is a volume setting to allow you to turn the gain all the way up on it. You can also use a built-in limiter. So if you're in really loud environments, you can turn the limiter on and it doesn't distort your microphones. So definitely a nice quality microphone with some nice built-in features. You can also see here there's a red line right here, and there's a raised indicator that tells you what direction the microphone happens to be in. So I can rotate the microphone so it faces the same direction the camera is, or I can rotate it this way and it would actually, the microphone would be facing me because I'm standing behind the camera. So that's a nice feature as well. You'll notice if you've watched a lot of my videos that sometimes when I walk around the room, if I walk in front of the camera or around to the side, you'll notice my voice goes from being clear and concise to kind of a hollow sound, and that's what happens when you are not directly talking into the microphone when you move off to an angle. So that's kind of a drawback with the Tascam. The Lavalier Audio-Technica that I'm wearing right now, the polar pattern on it is referred to as omnidirectional. So it's going to pick up sound regardless if I'm talking directly into it or talking away from it. So hopefully that turns out to be a good feature. I've also noticed that if this microphone is turned off, it will not record when plugged into the phone, so it definitely has to be turned on. So I think the only major issue with this is remembering to turn it off when you're done, and there is no light on it to let you know, to remind you that it's actually turned on. Currently with the Lavalier, I've got the Windsock on. I've been talking this whole time with the Windsock on. So I'm going to pause the recording and remove the Windsock, and then I'll talk some more, and we'll be able to tell if there's any audible difference with the Windsock on versus Windsock off. Alright, so nothing else has changed. All I've done is remove the Windsock. I've not repositioned the microphone or moved from my standing position behind the camera. And this is what my voice sounds like on the Audio-Technica Lavalier minus the Windsock. So depending upon what the results are when I'm done recording here, I'll either put it on and leave it on, or I'll only put it on when I'm outdoors doing a video outdoors. So at this point, I don't have much else to add about the microphone until I get a chance to actually play back the videos. So I think what I'll do is I'll play back these videos and I'll take a listen to them, and if I have any comments, I'll add on at the end of the video with any of my comments after actually listening to what my voice sounds like with this new microphone. On closing, it would be nice if this microphone came with some sort of a small carry bag, something maybe with a zipper on it that you can put all these parts in so you don't lose them. Because I carry my recording equipment in my everyday carry bag, and I'm definitely not going to put all this stuff in my bag without it being all kept together in some way. So I'm probably going to have to dig out a small bag or even a Ziploc bag to keep this stuff all together. So that's the only thing I can notice right off that I would like to see with this, is some sort of a carry bag to keep all these components together as you store it or you're traveling around.